kyk is mos nou weer Easter, right? So elke groot holiday, dan word ek geremind van die feit dat ons familie is completely geskatter. For me, it is the saddest thing in the world. My sister is still alive. One of my sisters is still alive. Ek gaan nie by haar nie. Alright? My ma lewe nog. Ek gaan nie by my ma nie. My pa lewe nog. Ons kan nie regtig oor die weg kom nie. It is extremely difficult to just hold a conversation with my father, because the bad habits what I hate, he cannot let go. So what I do is I limit my interaction with my father, because sometimes it's difficult, right? And one thing I can tell you is my wife's family is still very close. So whenever I want to have a sense of family, dan bring ek vir hulle bymekaar. Right? Beste familie wat ek kan getrou het. Right? In fact, as ek vir julle kan advice gee, if you are introvert, try and marry into a family of extroverts. It will be the best thing that can happen to you. Hulle bring vir jou uit jou dop uit. If you are somebody that don't really have a close family, try and marry into a family that is very close. It will give you that thing that you are lacking. But that's not the point of the video. That is just for context, right? I want to show you guys a little bit more of myself, because I feel that some people have this idea of who I am and who they think I am based on what I show them, and I think that the impression is wrong. So I think I want to come across as more real. I want to show you guys more of who I am, and I think it will just be better for my channel, right? But the point I'm trying to make is these holidays, it really reminds me of how broken my family is, right? And obviously there are attempts for you to want to rectify that, right? And you are reminded that the reason why we don't have the big family gatherings and we don't have the Christmas lunches like we used to and stuff like that is because the people that kept it together is now dead. The people that kept it together is now dead. Alright? But you also find out that for us as children, we didn't see the politics that is in the back end, and how the people that kept it together, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our uncles and aunties that used to make sure that families are together, were also just covering up. And I think that is what this video is about, is how the previous generation used to cover up for the shit, and they were pushing to try and fake being together in the midst of people that were fake, people that were bad, people that actually were not good in the family. And that is unfortunately the reality. Because in my personal case, if I look at my sister, I have got a very good reason why I don't go there anymore, and I don't let her come to my house anymore. I have got a very good reason why I don't interact with my mother. And I've got an even better reason why I have to limit the interaction with my father. As much as I love them all. And if there should be a situation where they pick up the phone and they say, you know what, we are in an emergency, we need you, I will be there. I'll be the first one there. But for the sake of keeping my peace, I need to limit my exposure for my children and my exposure for me, and especially my wife, to them. Because what these family members expect from you is they expect all the benefits from you while giving nothing in return. From a grandfather point of view, it is not my job, it is not my children's job to maintain a relationship with a grandfather. It is not the children's job to maintain a relationship with a grandmother. It is also not their responsibility to maintain a relationship with their aunties and uncles. They are the grown-ups. And if they want it, because guys, I'm telling you now, I don't care how tough the relationship is between me and my dad, or my mom, or my sister, or my aunties and my uncles. My kinders het vir julle niks gemaak nie. My kinders het vir julle niks gemaak nie. So if you cannot make the time to maintain a relationship with my children, then I don't have time for you. It is as simple as that. And that is where grandmother and grandfathers, which is our great-grandmother, that is why I find out now that they, because remember, with this family, why do we all have memories of family gatherings where as hulle dronk raak baklei hulle? As hulle by mekaar kom, is it some sort of fight? Why is there stories that only come out when you become older and you become an adult? Nou vind het, okay, Thys hoekom, Thys soos, sy vind uit, oh, auntie so and so, is sy eindelijk auntie so en, die cousin se ma nie. Die ene is eindelijk die cousin se ma, is eindelijk die ene is een oma gewees wat haar groot gemaakt. So you find out, let's not even talk about all the cover-ups that they did in the 80s and the 90s when we were younger. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, to some, this is going to sound bitter. Like Cedric, as jou male man, sy kan hulle mos net let go. And this is usually people who probably don't know me, and they're making assumptions. There are people out there that believe that you should forgive your mother and your father for absolutely anything they do to you, because it's your ma and your pa. As if you don't get bad mothers and bad fathers. And usually it's people that's got no context. But it's fine. Ek is hier om vir julle te convince. Ek soek nie eens julle approval. For those that can relate, they will relate. So what do you do in such a case? What is the outcome that you require? You need to look after your family. And I can tell you now, more often than not, there are people that take up the place of these people that was lost. You don't have a sister? Believe me, you will meet a friend. You don't have a father? You will meet a mentor. Right? But most importantly, you need to protect your family and your family's peace. You have to protect that. Have to protect it at all costs, because not everybody that's got the label of family is there to do good. Some whose intentions are there to do bad. And I am not going to have my children be disappointed the way I was disappointed, because I can tell you now, as much as these folks try, they don't know how to be grandparents. They don't know how to be family. But for me, that is no excuse. Because although I did not have the example, I know what I would have wanted, and I've become that father. I've become that husband. So for me, there's a very little excuse that you can come, especially if you are at the point where I can verbalize to you, this is what you did, man. This is how you hurt me. Don't do that again. And I don't even get a sorry. You don't even get a sorry. which is fine, right? We move. But I'm not going to expose myself to that type of people, nor my children, because you have already fucked up one relationship, one generation. I'm not gonna allow you to infect and fuck up another generation with your disappointments. It's a fact. So as we go into this Easter period, which is another holiday period, don't feel that you are missing out because auntie, you don't have a full table of family. Make sure you are there for your children. Make sure you make it special for them. We are in this time where we are creating our own traditions. We are creating our own traditions. We are creating our own vibes. And the nice part is that you don't have to report to anybody but yourself. Don't let people make you believe that you have to have people in your life despite how they treat you. How does this video inspired some?